Hey, how you doing, Roy?
Doing great. This is since the time change, it's now like an evening edition of
Yeah, right. It is feeling
where I live anyway.
a little bit late. Well, right. It's the after hours edition over here
Yeah.
in Michigan. So awesome. Well, welcome to Pod, everyone. Hope everyone's having an awesome night. I know we're kind of like running through Claw here, so sorry about that for all you Claw folks. But I'm sure all the Claw folks are like hanging at Claw and
Yeah.
they're gonna like join in once uh, the claw action
Right.
like slows down a little bit. The nice thing about claw is that it does happen like really quickly. You know,
Right.
you can really like boom, you're in, you're out, you get the experience. So very, very, very cool. Let me see. I don't know. You know, I'm never like prepared. So I suppose we should do like the open, right? My wife got this like super cool like teleprompter app
Ooh.
like on her phone. So like you can look right into it and like it looks perfect, you know. But then I'm like, man, do I really need another contraption? I've got like three different lights. I got a webcam. I got a mic sitting here. I got so much stuff going on right here. Do I really
You
need
gotta
to
post a photo of like your setup so people know
yeah, right. How
how hard it
yeah,
is.
how hard it truly is. But do I really want to get a phone mount up here so I can like read this intro in a most excellent and professional way? So I think we're gonna like hold off on that at this particular moment, and then so YouTube
Okay.
again. As always, and I don't know why this is, folks. YouTube is like streaming perfectly. X has not yet changed off the intro screen yet, and like it just keeps bouncing back and forth. So anyway, I think in some ways the experience. I don't know what it's like on the other end because we're on this end, but
Yeah.
it may be better over there in the YouTube space for sure. So anyway, while that's fixing itself, let me go ahead and get through the open here. So welcome back to the QuadR Wrestling Report. Try to keep our fingers on the pulse of you, the wrestling community. I am your host, Ralph, alongside my brother Roy. We are excited to talk about all things wrestling. Ralph can be found at X on at Ralph D. Nyberg, and Roy can be found on X at Roy underscore Nyberg. We stream live on X, or at least we try really hard, and and on YouTube. YouTube does seem to have a technological advantage. I think I need to send Elon a note.
Yeah.
Yo, bring some of that back. Our email is quadrarpodcast at gmail.com. Podcast can be found on Spotify, Amazon, Apple at the QuadR Podcast. We can also be found on Instagram and TikTok to a lesser extent. Thanks for jumping in. Chat is encouraged and always welcome. So, you know, I was talking to Dad the other day, and what did he say? Let's see here. Get rid of that. So he's like, I said, yeah, Roy and I, we started like doing a Sunday deal, you know. And he's like, man, I get so many notifications with all those stupid shorts. Total grumpy dad action going on, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like I never know when it's anything worth watching.
Well, it's starting to like be in my Instagram feed a lot too.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, that's me.
We are growing, so yeah. Like I am so. I really don't know what's happening. What do you see on
It
Twitter?
is sometimes mistranslating our words though.
Oh
Like
yeah, so
I was watching the thing about Posada,
mm-hmm.
and we were talking about writing time, and it kept saying like writing time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have the option to like fix that stuff, but I've got a limited editing window and like so
Right.
certain things that I think are like
Part of the charm.
offensive to the community, I would you know, correct, but other things are, you know, not as worrisome to me, uh,
Yeah.
as I would say. All right, cool. Well, yeah. So anyway, this is we've started doing a Sunday recap show. So we do Sunday sudden victory, and so that's where we give our thoughts on what happened over the course of the weekend, and then uh, so that gives us time on this show to kind of talk about what's coming up. So this is more like the future show, and the recap shows on Sunday. Sunday shows a live call in, jump in show. So I'll obviously feel free to express your opinions live on air and those types of things on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be looking primarily forward in this particular in the Wednesday shows. I feel like people who are like wrestling junkies have already like heard the recap of the weekend three, four, five times by the time Wednesday rolls along, right? So I figured we're kind of like losing a little steam talking about what had already been talked about and written about and whatever else many, many times. So that's the theory behind this. You know, obviously, comment, let us know what you think. But let's go ahead and jump into the deck. All right. So, as always, like start quote of the week. So this is like team week, right? Duels are
Yeah.
great, team week. So I was trying to find a team quote from the wrestling community, and so we're going to go with Tom Brands here. I assume if you're watching this podcast, you're familiar with who Tom Brands is, but 1996 Olympic gold, Iowa head coach. One of the real forces in modern wrestling and certainly NCAA wrestling. But so the
And
quote,
older brother to Terry.
older brother to Terry. Yes. Um, so the room makes the wrestler. You don't get tough alone. You get tough with your teammates grinding beside you every day. So, what's your thoughts on this quote here?
I always try to like find the thing that's wrong about the quote, but it is true that you don't get tough alone. I think it's never happened that somebody just shows up to wrestling and they're already awesome.
Right.
So maybe it's just so true it wasn't worth saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think about and like that's one of the things like when you're on a wrestling team and you got or any sort of sports team or anything like and you're really competing for in some ways like a common goal, right? Whether that's the national duels champion
Hmm.
team or like when you think about in high school or whatever, you're talking about conferences or whatever and that type of thing and like and then they talk about a lot in the real world about being on a team
Yeah.
and like sometimes you're all kind of rowing in the same direction, but a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
times you're not, right? Because it's a little less specific than like being on a wrestling team where you're all working on the same skills and things like that. So,
Well,
uh,
one thing the community is talking about is what they're calling club hopping,
yes.
which is basically people before college joining these private clubs,
Mm-hmm.
in some cases, moving out of state or whatever, and then after being there for a little bit, going to a different one, thinking, oh, I'll have a better training partner here and there, and you do, this whole elite wrestling club thing is pretty new. So
Yeah.
people are trying to figure out like, what's the right way to do this? Is it the right way to get in at second grade and stay in this one club, or
Mm-hmm.
do I always go to the club that's like a little above me, and so that way I'll always be pushed up? Um,
Looking for a little growth.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm still maybe I'm just old school. Like that, joining a club and sticking with your club is like kind of where my heart is.
Yeah, like one of the things like well, I saw that because like when I was like Ben Askren talked a little bit about club hopping
Right.
and then it was also Jordan Burroughs.
Yeah.
So any club that inherits Jordan Burroughs as a
Yeah.
coach kind of automatically becomes the club you should probably be at, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like your dad's Jordan Burroughs and like we're gonna join this club and like any deficiencies that might exist inside the club itself can be like compensated for by like dad spending 10 minutes with you like after practice or something like that. And the same kind of thing with Ben, right? Like, why would anybody leave our club? It's the best club, and sure, probably right, but like, I mean, but I think that like you see, um, that it's probably overall a negative to club hop, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, I guess talk a little bit more about later, but like, personal accountability and like things like that, and lessons and that sort of thing that are important. But Old Bassett clubbed hot out of Tom's club.
Mm-hmm.
And time will tell how that all works out for everyone involved. But they just got like 5 top 25 big boarders. It's so weird though when like you're like class of 2028 or something. Like what?
Yeah.
Like, this person's not going to be wrestling until what?
And committed
That's
doesn't mean what it used to mean.
right. Mm-hmm. For sure. But the stables are getting full in a lot of schools. So, all right, awesome. And always thank you, Tom Brands, for your commitment to wrestling. All right. Again, do you want to be a guest? Join the fun, man. Easy. Sunday's a good practice time because I just open it up, send out a Zoom link, and you can pop right in and just have some
Right.
fun on Sunday and like not
If you
even
didn't finish saying what you needed to say on Sunday,
right.
send us an email.
Holler out, and we'll get you back on the show for sure. All right. But yeah, actually, we're more than welcome to talk about whatever you want to talk about, and just be available at 8 p.m. on Eastern Time on Wednesdays for sound checks, audio checks, and you can reach out on X or at quadrapodcast@gmail.com. All right. So I did want to what we're in the news section. So what we're going to talk about tonight, I did want to recap the All Star Classic Pick'em because I kept asking everyone if they thought they were smarter than AI, and I'm going to let you know whether you in fact were smarter than AI. Talk a little bit about Claw Fantasy, and Roy's going to give some little insight into like how to be a Claw Fantasy special, uh, uh, over performer, super performer. What are we going to call you? Like, or just it's just regression to
Front
the
runner. Front runner.
front runner. Yeah, there we go. And then obviously national duels is the big topic everybody's talking about, and how can you not talk about it? So, Zach, I almost emailed you today about your hat. So I told you I'm going to keep this slide out there until we get Zach his hat. So I'm still really wanting to do that. All right. So at some point in time. Actually, let's. What do you want to do, Claw first, or let me do the pick'em because that's the order I put in. Then I'll come
Okay.
back to Claw. All right. So the NWCA All Star Classic pick'em. How did we do against AI? So there were 3 questions. Winner. I eliminated that one because the AI didn't pick a winner per se. And then we had point spread, and then we had total points scored. So we had total of 140 potential points. So 7 people participated, and 66. So the AI won by a narrow margin in terms of picking against the spread and the over under. The winners with 19 out of 30 points. So still not spectacular with winners in that mix as well, but
Yeah.
but not a wrestler. Roy and Jay his house all tied with 19 out of 30. So you guys did do better than me. You did better than a current world teamer and some other participants as well. So congratulations to
And better than AI.
no
19 out of 30? Wouldn't 15 be like the Taya AI?
Okay, so but that's like picking winners, and that's not a fair bet. That's not a
Okay.
you know what I'm
That's fair.
saying? That's not a straight bet. The ones that were AI set, we did 66 out of 140.
Got it.
And then like so you guys did a little bit better or added a little bit, um with the winner picks. All right. Winner. Yeah, not a wrestler. There you go. We got a winner in the chat, right? Finger on the pulse. Nice, good job. All right, so Claw Fantasy.
Hmm.
Roy, you're out ahead. You had like a 26-point lead at one point yesterday.
Yeah.
CJ Brucky. I just felt like his tactics weren't there, Like he kept going upper body with Wallach. I think that was not the place to be. But anyway, so you had a couple losses late, Schuler and Brucky, or else you'd be way out there. But you still got a 10-point lead. So give us like half your secrets to picking a Claw fantasy team.
Half my secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the things I look for is someone who didn't do as well at NCAA's as they
Oh,
maybe should have.
you're looking for fire.
Somebody who's still got something to prove.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, there's going to be a little value there. Casual
yeah,
fans don't know him, right?
exactly. So that's your good value. I kind of went away from like Penn State, Iowa, just because I feel like those smaller schools would also just be more open to trying something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like the Penn State, Iowa people are kind of like this isn't real wrestling, you know. So those are like my two main things.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I
then you look at the prices too. There were some people that were just to me way overpriced. Like Zane Rutherford, that this was the first guy I wanted to pick, and I looked at his price and I was like, nah.
yeah, there was definitely I mean, it was a high price tag on like Zayn, like the known people like Mike Mock, and then
Right.
like, but like you could get some value there with like a Nate Jackson, right? Like
Yeah,
and
I wanted Nate.
mm-hmm.
Like Mock is like a borderline guy because he was a national champ.
Right.
So he does not fit my criteria of somebody who still had something to prove.
Yeah.
But he was from like a smaller school, so I was like, oh, maybe. But I think I did not end up picking him on my team.
No, I don't think
Or did
he
I?
did. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I haven't updated tonight. I saw Reese Humphrey was still out there. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
definitely see. But good luck, man. Right? The,
Thanks.
the pod could use an infusion.
Well, I got the All Star tied for first, and I'm in first in this, so
Yeah,
on a roll.
right. On a roll.
My weekly pick'ems against you. I'm not doing that.
I think you're coming back. We may be tied now. I,
Okay.
I have not conceded that Kale will be the coach of Penn State this year, but I think I will after after media day. Like I think they're
Oh,
gonna
have they still not officially had anything?
no,
Yeah.
no,
They didn't even send anyone to All Star, right?
right, yeah.
Maybe that's the big reveal is Penn State's just canceling the season the way the Ivy League just canceled the season that one year.
Right, that's a little crazy.
You
Yeah,
could still
maybe.
win.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm gonna concede that. All right, so what everybody's talking about, and
Mm.
we're obligated to talk about the National Duels Invitational. So everybody's super excited. I guess I'm getting more excited as I start looking more at the different matchups. Like that, like it's more intriguing. It still seems like it's going to be hard to fit. Let's see, we got 4 mats and 10 hour, like 40 hours of wrestling into a day. Like it's.
Right.
I'm still struggling with like how that's going to actually like play out. Especially
Hmm.
like this weekend is like it's gonna be like in the 50s and 60s, and when it's like in the 50s and 60s in November in Michigan, there's a lot of like pressure to like get all those grasses cut down and get all that that final leaf blowing in, and like there's like
Hmm.
there's like I'm not sure I can sell the whole like Saturday. This is really important to my second career as a podcaster
Yeah.
to the other members of the family. So, but I'm gonna make an effort here. But I mean, it is gonna be certainly an interesting thing. I think that like there are people on both sides that are like, uh, think it's going to be more than it is, and then I think there's a lot of people who think it's going to be less than it is, and then we have like
Yeah.
ongoing like controversies and shit. But ultimately, for me, this is about wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a look at like some of the wrestling. First off, you haven't done. Oh yeah, go to league. Actually, we don't. We've got the National Duels Invitational. Um, Let me just go here to events. So if you're not entered yet for Wrestle Madness, go ahead and enter in. Let me go ahead and I'll just go into the open tournament here. Super easy to set up. Get yourself set up, WrestleMadness.com. Jump into the open tournament, and then basically you go in and you make your picks. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, don't show anyone your picks.
Yeah, but nope, you guys can't see my picks. Blur. I should have went to the blur screen.
Yeah, yeah.
But ton of fun. Add to the excitement, and look at Cornell Kevin in there double dipping.
Is he Cornell Kevin and then Kevin Cornell?
Yeah. What's up? I gotta talk to him, man. Clint doesn't give me the double dip. CP in the house, so you get to compete against all the wrestling celebrities. Celebrity's not the right word.
Media, the wrestling media.
Personalities or media. Right. Yeah, I like that. Media. All right, we'll do that. All right. So, disclaimer. I went out for my predicted scores here. This is just the raw score from our good friends at WrestleStat.
Okay.
And the good friends at WrestleStat didn't compensate for the fact that nobody on Cornell is wrestling in the first semester, for example. So that's why it says 17-16. And obviously I could have selected in the drop downs and done this a little bit, but I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. So WrestleStat does not think Iowa, Missouri will be a very competitive match. I tend to agree that there are some intriguing matches, and we'll talk about individual matches after we kind of break down the teams. But yeah, there's generally nothing that is going to happen there other than Iowa missing the bus or getting food poisoning that's going to prevent them from walking through Missouri. Illinois Little Rock is a little bit compelling. 2013, at least, it puts it in like basically a one match range from a WrestleStat standpoint. I would be surprised if Illinois didn't walk away with that. I think
Outperform, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that they're a little bit more proven talent on that. So I'm expecting Iowa and Illinois to meet in the second round.
Yeah, but Little Rock is definitely an interesting team to watch because they lost two of their stars.
Mm-hmm.
But they're such a young team, and that coach is just taking them from nothing to something like really fast. So
yeah, so
I want to see how the team looks minus 2 stars.
Mm-hmm. That's so that was one of the Rock Harrison goes around, does his tour before the season.
Mm-hmm.
And like their hashtag is like Little Rock Wrestling. And I was like, man, their hashtag works for you. Like, Little Rock Wrestling. Okay. So Northern Iowa, NC State. Northern Iowa always seems to perform pretty well in dual meets. WrestleStat has them winning. I don't know. My internal interest has wants NC State to win because I'd much rather see Spratley wrestle Robinson.
Isn't that just last year's final?
It is last year's final, but I feel like everybody thinks that Luke Lillidahl should have won last year. He's going to win this year.
Wait, what do you mean? Everyone thinks that. That's like your Penn State timeline thinks that.
Well, it just seems to be the vibe. I just don't feel a lot of people believe that Robinson is going to
Sure.
repeat. And so it'd be nice if he got a few matches, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be against Spratley, but it'd be nice if he got a few matches in this weekend. Which I guess you have. I guess you have wrestlebacks, right? So
Yeah. Don't they go all the way to
yeah,
like?
I forgot. Yeah, so you'll get more. Um, Oklahoma State Cornell is going to be. Well, Cornell's missing half its team, taking the first semester off, so that's not
Right.
really going to be competitive.
But I like that they made that part of the bracket have no Big Ten teams. So there's
Well,
like a guarantee. There's a guarantee that at least one non-Big Ten team will make the semis.
and I don't know that they did that. That was a random draw, man. Are you questioning the integrity of the
Yeah,
flows?
Oklahoma State ended up in the part of the bracket with no Big Ten.
Yeah, weird how that worked out. Mm. All right, on the other side, we've got Ohio State, Wyoming. Another one of these duels where I can't pretend to figure out how like Wyoming can do anything to threaten Ohio State. Um, Virginia Tech, Minnesota. So this is a WrestleStat Minnesota blowout, and not that Virginia Tech doesn't have some talent on the team, but just the way they match up. There is, I think, like McAnally and different areas in the Minnesota lineup that are just really tough.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that prediction though. Virginia Tech is good.
Right. So is that just a matchup thing, or sometimes WrestleStat will give the 1 point victory to like one team like all the way through and like
Right.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, is something like that happening? Um, and they always predict, right? So they can't do like an expected value, like
Right.
give like
Mm-hmm.
0.8 and then 1.2 or something like that, you know?
Well, they
Maybe
did.
that's
They run some level of like simulations for like their dual. So like when they're dual ranking,
right.
it's based off the team that uh wins the most simulations. But I don't think they do like multiple iterations because they'll say like this team won every simulation. I mean, if you're doing any sort of iterations with any level of variance, nobody's ever gonna win everything. Well, maybe Penn State.
Yeah.
But beyond that,
Like
I feel like
the Avengers, like there's a 1 in a billion
yeah.
scenario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's so. I think that's about where Wyoming's at, but I don't think that's where Virginia Tech's at. But and then Michigan is pretty significant, like an 8-point favorite over Arizona State by WrestleStat. I mean, I feel like that is an area where there's some variance there, right? When you talk about Arizona State, they've got both the Larkins in the lineup now.
Yeah.
So they're certainly capable of some upsets. There isn't anyone really on Michigan that is a head and shoulders kind of,
Right.
I mean, you're not. Jesse Mendez isn't in the Michigan lineup, not Antrell Taylor's and that kind of thing. So, I mean, I think Michigan will probably win. They're deep. They looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Last weekend, or at least a majority of the team looked pretty good. I mean, they won 45-0, so they scored a lot. So yeah, I assume that Michigan will probably come out of that, but I think that this is this is your most likely upset potential. Pains me to say it, but it's just there's more variance in that I think than the only other one is I don't know who's the favorite with NC State and Northern Iowa.
Well, UNI is considered an upset, right?
I don't know. I don't know who's actually the favorite in that. But I would think NC State would be in terms of just raw rankings. NC State.
Yeah, in terms of rankings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's an upset.
Yeah. And then I feel like Nebraska is gonna take care of Lehigh fairly handily. Stanish isn't wrestling. I don't know that Kirkham's wrestling. I mean, I don't know that I would wrestle Crookham, to be honest, coming off injury and just put him into this meat grinder. Just, you know, uh, they're heavyweight, coming off surgery. I don't know what we'll see from Lehigh in just terms of like wrestlers, and I don't think that I actually don't think it's probably smart. Like take a bunch of guys coming off injuries and put them up against like your heavyweights coming off an injury and put them up against AJ and like and I you know he's gonna be like fired up to perform, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, I think Arizona State, Michigan, and NC State and UNI are probably the most compelling if you are like sort of interested in dual meets. We're gonna find out what I mean because the weird thing is like everybody's like we want this dual meet tournament, and what is everybody talking about? Oh, look out for this matchup. You know what I mean?
Right,
You know,
right.
like everyone's like, we need a dual meet tournament, and then like all the coverage is about like, oh man, Ferrari and Sinclair, like, you know, and that kind of thing. So it is
Right.
interesting, like to me, like. All right, so first round matchups. Let's go one by one. You tell me who's gonna win,
Ooh,
and we'll just take turns. So Ferrari Sinclair, who's winning that match?
I'm gonna go Sinclair.
Oh, all right. I actually feel like there's reasons to think. I mean, he's wrestled tough against McAnally. He's a cerebral guy. He's a great wrestler. I think he wrestled tough against Barr. I mean, he's certainly in freestyle. You've seen him wrestle tough
Right.
against a lot of really really good people. Um, he's got the Ben Askren on his shoulder, like phone a friend option.
Right. Right.
But like the thing is, it's just that Angelo never loses. Like he didn't wrestle that much like in high school. Like he would only do like folk style tournaments, but he'd just roll out of bed, win who's number one, roll out of bed, win Super 32. I don't know. I'd be happy to take Ferrari if I'd have been given the choice. So we differ there for sure. Um Scholes and Bianchi. Give me Scholes. Though I just think that Illinois is going to be carrying a lot of momentum at that point. Little Rock's going to feel a little bit defeated, and like, I mean, because ultimately it is about the dual meet, right?
Right.
And so you disagree? Agree?
You gotta. Sorry, without the team names, I'm like, you gotta tell me
This is
which.
Illinois Little
Who
Rock.
is it? Illinois Little Rock?
Mm-hmm. Braden Scholes and Bianchi.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a prediction for this one, to be honest.
Okay.
Like Little Rock is hypothetical to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I follow I followed Williams and Bailey a lot last year and watched some of the rest of the guys at nationals, but
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have enough data.
I want to say Bianchi All American 2 years ago. Was it? And I don't remember. He's a good wrestler
So,
though.
and Scholes hasn't ever All American.
I don't believe that he has. Nobody, because they were a lot of blood round guys and stuff last year. Illinois didn't really, other than Bird,
Right.
progress past the blood round.
Hmm.
But they had a lot of guys in the blood round. So Trumbull, Volkler, this could be for the match. This is UNI NC State. Your turn to pick. I think Isaac's currently ranked third. Volkler's eighth, I believe. And this most certainly could be to determine the duel. Who's got more heart?
Ah, yeah. I'm gonna go with Volker.
Oh, okay.
Trumbull, I don't. Trumbull, like sometimes in my mind, like if somebody gets ranked a little too high, I feel like a loss is coming.
Feel like it might have went to his head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of like what happened to Swiderski.
which is our
But
next
yeah,
guy. I get to pick that one.
okay.
Okay, so give me Joy over Swiderski.
I agree.
I think that like that train's gonna stay parked for a little bit. They're gonna have to build them back up. Yeah. All right, Luke Geog versus Novak. So that would be Ohio State. Um, I want to say Novak's a higher ranked wrestler. So this is that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Oops,
Ohio State. Everyone's so
that's
high on them.
Wyoming, right? So
Yeah.
I think no, yeah, Novak's top five. I think Geog's like top 10.
Hmm. Jags from Wyoming.
No, Ohio State.
That's Ohio State.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm not sold on Ohio State. I'll go with Wyoming.
Okay, I actually kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
Kind of the different opposite of what Bianchi. Like I feel like Novak's got something. Gonna want to prove something.
Yeah.
Mullen versus Hopkey. So this is Virginia Tech, Minnesota. Minnesota is like heavyweight U.
Yeah.
Mullen is coming off a loss to a freshman. So
Coming off to a loss to a freshman.
I
Give me
believe
Hop.
so. All right, yeah, me too. I say Mullins. He's currently a tumbler. So he's got to get that rumble going, man. I got to see it. What about Larkin and Lachlan McNeil?
Ooh.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh, man.
the son of a Hodge Trophy winner versus a Canadian kind of makes it like obvious, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Larkin.
Yeah, I think I am too. Sorry, Michigan fans. And then
Well, McNeil.
what's that?
Uh, never mind. Never mind. Keep going.
And then we have Aroju versus Brignola. This is the Lehigh, Nebraska. So Aroju is they got a ranked win, first time out. Brignola is a pretty established name.
Yeah. And Raju's your Rumbler, right?
Right, my Rumbler. So I got to stay with him.
All right. I'll go with Brignola.
Okay, that's fair. All right. So
What's so interesting to me is like when I'm predicting, I always look at the teams first.
oh yeah.
And so by you not having the team there, it kind of like short circuited my whole like
Mm,
system.
that's true because this is all about the team.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Anybody out there in the chat? What do you guys think? How wrong are we? I guess if we just always pick one each side, then we can never be wrong. All right. So round two, assuming things play out, what's an interesting matchup? So Michigan versus Nebraska, Minto versus Mantonona. That's fun.
Yeah. You got two rematches of last year's NCAA finals, right?
Yep.
This is just what I believe
Mm-hmm.
in my heart.
Yes.
We're gonna get out of this is like news stories, not equals.
Okay.
So,
So you think
I don't
that
know which
the
teams are gonna. What's that?
do you think like if like Bird and Ayala goes down, it's just going to be the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that ever gone different?
Um,
Ever get them? I don't think so.
I think that no, that Bird beat or Ayala beat him in the duel.
Oh, in the duel,
Mm-hmm.
and then Bird beat him at
He
Big Ten's
pinned him at Big Tens and then
Right.
beat him in the finals. So yeah, I'd say that like Bird's a fairly heavy favorite.
Yeah.
I mean Drake's got one sort of hit one slide by and stall is his only path to victory.
And then Spratley and Robinson. Oh, go ahead.
If they wrestle, Bird wins. My prediction.
Yeah. And Spratley Robinson, I mean, that match might happen at these duels, but that's almost guaranteed not to be the NCAA finals this year. Like 125 is just so unpredictable.
Yeah, and it's almost guaranteed to be an overtime, like
Yeah.
4-1 match too. Like so,
Yeah, I think all the things people like not thinking Vince is gonna repeat is just about one. It's more about 125 and not really about Vince.
right, the
We
dynamic
have,
nature of the
yeah,
weight.
even like Spencer Lee, couldn't
Yeah.
lock it down for very long.
hmm So not a wrestler said a lot of the All Star Classic guys had down weeks. They'll be back to normal at national duels. So that is definitely a narrative out there in the community that it was
Well, they better because if they
right.
have down again,
hmm
then next year they're gonna be like, "What the hell are we doing all this
yeah.
thing
Nobody's
for?"
nobody's gonna go to All Star. If that's what happens, it's like participating in the home run derby and then only hitting like 8 dingers in the second half.
Right.
So AJ Gadiali, uh, I mean they're gonna bring Ziola to Nebraska, and he's a super stud freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And my assumption is you only bring him because this is going to be one of his 5 dates, and you're going to have that kid wrestle. So I believe that AJ will wrestle, but probably only half the matches.
Yeah.
And I think that makes sense. I mean, that kid's good, and like getting him out there, and this is a perfect opportunity to get him up against like, you know, big time talent. So that would be my guess that it may not be AJ. If the duel's in hand, it may be Cade Ziola against Gagliotti. What's up, Kevin? Roy's still in first place over there in Claw. Too busy, I can't look. All right. So Mendez Vambar was tight last year.
Yeah.
So that could happen. As we talked about, the repeat to the finals: Spratley Robinson,
Mm-hmm.
Bert Alla, and then Cannon Webster versus Williams of Iowa. All right, you're still in the lead, Roy.
Totally.
Pod needs it. So Webster's up a weight. Williams is up a weight, which is kind of funny because maybe they're both small. Like this won't
Right.
necessarily determine. We won't necessarily learn whether they're too small for the weight because they're both coming up a weight. But Webster was huge at his weight last year, so but that should be fun. I mean, there's a couple matches there where Illinois can compete, right? I mean,
Right.
Webster can compete, Berg can compete, obviously Scholes can compete. The Luffman.
Yep.
I don't know. I saw the duel last year, so it's really hard for me to think that Illinois is going to um, compete with Iowa because it was just pretty rough last year from a
Yeah.
dual meet. So they gotta show me before I'm gonna I'll wear my Illinois shirt, but I'm not sure my expectations are super high right now.
Right.
So
They'll be going for the moral victory.
all right, round 3, assuming seeds hold. Vega, who looked really good against Stanford, which like who didn't? Just
Yeah.
kidding. So Vega and Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
So Nasir. Oh, you fell to third.
Wait, this is
You're
Iowa Oklahoma State if seeds hold in the semis.
yes, you're in third place. Kevin just updated.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be definitely exciting.
No, Oklahoma State versus Iowa should be great,
Yeah.
right? Vega Bailey, super fun. Lockett Caliendo,
Right.
right? I guarantee you that at least 2 points will be scored in that match. Mark my words.
Well, and Oklahoma State had some unranked freshmen
Yeah.
that beat I mean, Stanford was a tumbler, so
Yeah,
who
right.
knows what that means. But yeah, Oklahoma State looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Those Iowa, that's going to be great if it happens, and it looks like
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
the one semi that almost
yeah.
certainly will happen.
And not a wrestler said Nasir afraid to go bottom. Does he choose top? Does Vega choose top? I don't think that Vega will choose top. I mean, he looked pretty good on his feet, and but I think there's a decent chance. I mean, I would think it'd be more likely that Nasir would choose top. I mean, with that tilt series and stuff like that, if
Yeah.
he's feeling like it's 50-50 on the feet, I think that it'd be reasonable for Nasir to choose top against a freshman. I mean, I'll bet you Nasir is a fair amount stronger than Vega, and like, he can get those wrists and like tilt them up. So I
Well,
don't.
and Nasir's training with Spencer Lee too, right?
Right.
Probably the best turner in
Mm-hmm.
recent memory.
Yeah. So I don't think. I mean, it might even be like a good call for Nasir to choose top.
Yeah.
But guys, the match is going to determine that scores and stuff like that. Zack Ryder versus Angelo. You got
Oh,
Angelo already at like 1-1. Is that right?
yeah.
Is he going to be 1-2? What is it?
No, I think Angela takes that.
Yeah, I do too. I think that he's very good at controlling a match.
But Zack Ryder, he's got that like Bubba Jenkins energy. So like, don't sleep on him. Don't
Yeah.
sleep on him.
Yeah. No, 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 for sure. Uh, all right. Facundo versus Patrick Kennedy. That's another pretty, like, I mean, it's compelling in the sense I got no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I assume it will be a low scoring match. And so when it's a low scoring match, it's sort of in the balance to like who gets the
Right.
takedown, you know? So I would predict that'd be a one takedown match. And I got no idea who's going to get it. What about Hardy Mendez?
Hmm.
That's pretty
So
important to the
Hardy
duel.
had a lead in the finals, right? And then Mendez came back,
So Hardy beat him at the Big Ten semis.
right?
And then Hardy he was up kind of big, I think, wasn't he?
I think he was up like 6-2
Because
or
he got
something.
back points. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Mendez is never had a clean season, right?
that is true.
Like he always drops a match here or there. This is a pretty good place for Jesse to drop a match. You know,
We'll see. I
kind of.
think once you beat some, like you go down 7-2 and then you beat a guy, I think for the rest of your life you just feel like I can beat this guy no matter, and then that helps you actually. I see it actually the other way. Like Mendez, like this could be a major.
I mean, he looked good at All Star.
Yeah,
Like he's a he's. This is 1-2. I mean, I'm pretty
yeah.
convinced. I mean, this is fair to say that both these guys are legit 1-2 for sure. Um, and all right, I'll take Hardy.
Okay.
And then AJ versus Feldman. Where is Feldman? Do we know?
Right. He's another like he's always like sort of in the conversation as like a really good guy, and then somehow doesn't do like the really impressive thing
Yeah.
to me anyway. So I think AJ takes it.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
I mean, like Feldman's most impressive like performances in some ways are like losses.
Yeah.
He lost like 1-0 to Kurt Fleet, NCAAs or whatever it was, and then like he had a little run there. Um, he was beating Michigan. He was like getting that last second takedown, like really. So you don't know. I mean, he obviously had a serious like injury his freshman year, and then he came back nice and strong. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's been glimpses, but yeah, I think you smart money's on AJ to take that. So who wins it?
Yeah. You got to join the thing, man. I'm not going to tell you my pick.
I can tell you.
I
I
filled mine out though.
got it.
It's
Madness will
written
tell us.
down. It's time stamped.
Right. That's got to be the weekly wager, right? So, um, yeah, I'm like you, pretty confident that Oklahoma State and Iowa are going to be coming out of this side.
Hmm.
The, um, and then I think it's going to be Ohio State and Nebraska. And I really don't know either way on both of those who's going to
Yeah.
win. So that's compelling.
Yeah. Yeah. I Are we picking or no? I don't mind saying my
So I have currently Nebraska, but it's subject to change because I mean
pick.
the Ohio State and Nebraska duel is a tricky one.
It is.
I mean, because when you start thinking about it, they're going to be Ohio State's going to be big favorites at 125, whether it's McCrone or Buzakis. You're going up against a highly not very highly ranked wrestler. There's a
Mhm.
pretty decent chance that you got bonus points there, right? Um, I would say Anthony Knox is probably the favorite against Van D. That's close, but they could easily win that. Ohio State could win that match. All right, and then like
So keep going.
then you go Jesse, right? Jesse beats Hardy. Um, I don't know. I mean, they could come out and
Yeah.
win the first 3 4 matches and like, or they could lose them. I mean I really have both
You're
Iowa and
thinking too much like wrestling though. The
right.
fix is in, man. Oklahoma State is winning the whole thing. Come
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
on.
It's like it's 200,000 to win, 500,000 to lose.
Exactly.
We shouldn't even be joking around about that with all this like sports gambling controversy and stuff that's going on, but you don't know. Paycom. All right, there we go. What's going on the Michigan beat? Central Michigan is. I don't know. I think there's a question on what Brands uses. Does Brands use Ludington at 197 or go with the D3 national champion? I think they got to figure out what they got with Ende. Like,
Yeah, he's
um,
gonna wrestle for sure.
yeah, I think he maybe Ludington. I mean, if you're bringing one of those like super recruit freshmen, you bring them to wrestle. You're burning a date, you know. So, uh, but I think when the chips are on the line, it's going to be Ende.
Yeah,
Uh, but I think that there's a good chance you'll see some of these like super freshmen wrestling for sure. Um, so Michigan's obviously at national duels. Uh, Spartans are going east. So Spartans are heading out to
okay.
Long Island University on the 14th, and then the Ryder. So they're busy.
Nice.
Grand Valley men are at the Findlay Open on the 15th, and the women are off, but the women have been busy. They were at half the team was at Farrell, half the team was at Albion. They had girls wrestling at the All Star, so uh, they've been packing on the miles and competing pretty heavy. So not super surprised that they're taking the weekend off. But Findlay's coming to town next week, so I'm going to try and get that off the bingo card.
Okay.
Get our
Nice.
D2 wrestling for sure. Speaking of bingos, probably going to keep this open a couple more weeks. So we have some participants, but we want more. So I'll give you an example. Here's our bingo card, and you can see you have a bingo card that has different things: teams, conferences, divisions. RAF, I think, is one of the items on some of the bingo cards, but um, basically you can double dip, but you can't triple dip or quadruple dip. So if you go to Michigan versus Wisconsin, you could do Michigan, Wisconsin, or Wisconsin Big Ten, or Michigan Big Ten, but not all three. So yeah, I went to attorney and I went to U of M versus VMI. So I took out all of our Michigans, all of our Big Tens, and all of our attorneys. And then
Nice.
Roy, you got Stanford covered there. So we're making progress.
Yeah, yeah. I got my Stanford season tickets too, so
Nice.
I gotta look at this carefully. I'll see which ones I can
Yeah, we don't have a
knock off.
ton of ACC on there, but uh, we'll get it figured out
Yeah.
for sure. So anyway, message myself, message Roy. The idea here is just to really encourage people to get out and participate and go to duels. Like I say, it's the best value in college sports for sure. A lot of fun. Take your wife, go out for dinner before, grab a cocktail after. Good stuff. All right, very cool. Dang, I didn't update the dates. There are no dates. Everything is national duels. That's
This
all there
weekend. Yeah.
is. That's all that's happening. That's all anyone in the world cares about. So, yeah.
Well, rap is coming up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ask AI anything. This is interesting because if you're a follower of the social media, there was a lot of talk about college duels and who's there, who's not there, and things like that. So I asked AI, what are the top three
Mm,
things that Cale Sanderson could do to grow the sport of wrestling? There's always like grow the sport, and it's
right.
kind of funny. But anyway, so what did it say? So it goes on to start. So this is the top three things that Cale Sanderson can do to grow the sport of wrestling. And it starts out by saying Cale Sanderson, legendary head coach of Penn State Wrestling with 11 team titles and a perfect 159 collegiate wrestling, holds immense influence in the sport. His platform, combined with his family legacy in youth wrestling, positions him uniquely to expand wrestling's reach beyond traditional hotbeds like Pennsylvania and Iowa. Based on his past statements, actions, and the sport's challenges, there's only 75 Division I programs compared to 131 in swimming. I thought that was kind of funny because we always compare ourselves to swimmers, like like when we were in high
Yeah.
school. Those swimmers, a bunch of wussies, man. Let's go beat up some swimmers.
Yeah.
Here are the top three actionable steps he could prioritize. Leverage high profile collaboration with MMA and broader sports media. I thought this
Ooh.
was interesting, right? Because this is kind of, uh, one of the things that, I mean, even with like the national duels, that it is it's live on Flow. So it's like
Yeah.
literally only going to be watched by wrestling fans. Right?
That's true.
And a few swimming moms or something. I mean, there's other sports on Flow, right? So, but
Good
I mean,
ballroom dance.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but anyway, so it says Sanderson has long advocated for MMA's role in elevating wrestling. I don't know where AI finds these things, but noting that nearly all UFC champions are former wrestlers and that it's showcasing wrestling as the number one martial art for self defense. He could expand by partnering with UFC stars like Daniel Cormier, who has praised Sanderson's promotional reach for crossover events, clinics, or content, such as highlighting his 4.5 million view YouTube match against Cormier. This would attract MMA's massive audience to wrestling, boasting visibility and recruitment among urban and non traditional demographics. That was number one. The second one,
Okay.
drawing from his grandfather's expand youth regional development programs nationwide. Drawing from his grandfather's founding of youth wrestling and youth freestyle in Utah and Sanderson's own emphasis on fun, hard work, and family in building programs, he could scale Penn State's successful summer camps, which have grown despite economic challenges, into a national network, targeting emerging states like Virginia, North Carolina, and Arizona. So that was number two. Number three was the interesting one. Create and promote must-see events to boost fan engagement and accessibility. Sanderson has stressed making wrestling more digestible for casual fans through exciting, high-stakes competitions. He could champion initiatives like the National Duels Invitational, which aims to create dream events that grow wrestling's footprint. By participating or innovating similar spectacles, perhaps duels at major arenas with celebrity involvement or streamlined broadcasts. His
Mm.
dynasty's dominant 71 match win streak already draws crowds, packing it with Packing it with storytelling around underdogs and rivalries make this sport more narrative driven and TV friendly, increasing sponsorship and mainstream.
Yeah.
So that's what AI said.
Yeah. I mean, college wrestling is still amateur wrestling. That sounds very pro wrestling to me. But besides the like building a national network to promote youth wrestling, like
Right.
that's the main thing. I mean, I wonder
Mm-hmm.
what AI would say if you asked it like, what are the top three things Michael Jordan can do to get better at basketball? Like, what, like, what? Why would I listen to AI about that?
Yeah, I agree. I thought the interesting of like because a lot of it is sort of like growing the audience, like a lot of things that
Yeah,
RAF is trying to do, reaching beyond like the wrestling scope.
the
And
long term investment though is the
mhm,
youth programs. Because if you ever wrestled, the odds that you will be a wrestling fan like times 100.
yeah, easily.
Yeah,
But then having a pro league, I think also plays into like getting people to try it,
great.
right? So both sides of the point or something.
But I learned that his grandfather. Well, I don't trust AI, but
Yeah,
according to AI, his grandfather founded like a Utah youth freestyle league. It
right.
makes sense. I mean, he was awesome at freestyle already at like 16 years old.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, right. We learned a lot of potentially true things about Kale Sanderson by doing that. All right, on to the pick'em. What do we got going on? Okay, so I said I am going to concede Kale is the Penn State coach.
okay.
Okay, even though he has not toed the line yet this year, I feel that all right. So that puts us into a virtual tie, I believe. Roy had Stanford plus 11 and a half. Oh, there goes the virtual tie. That did not pan out. Um, I've got Nebraska making the dual finals. Cloth fantasy. I'm pretty ready to concede that. But we also,
Wait, we already have the dual finals as one of our wagers.
yes. So this is going to be the overall score in Madness.
What do you mean this is going to be the? I did not follow.
So we're both in Madness. So whoever has a higher score in Wrestle Madness for
Oh,
the
this week's wager.
yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Pretty exciting, man. It's pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
TBD still holding a small lead there, but
Probably by January it'll start shrinking.
yeah. All right. So what do we got? Best of social. I didn't have as much this week. Um, so there was DeSanto.
Oh yeah.
He took a little.
You're not an American or something.
Yeah. So that was not uh, Austin's proudest moment, for sure. But
Yeah,
that happened.
that happens. In the heat of the moment, things get said.
Yeah. Right. I mean I'm glad that they called him out on it. I'm glad that like it just didn't like I mean it was turning into a viral Austin being Austin moment and other people saying, "Hey, this is like really like kind of like majorly offensive and like should not necessarily be like promoted if anyway. So um
But if he becomes the RAF
I was
champion,
just going to say this is a wrath path to wrath type of thing, right? I mean
yeah,
like
exactly.
this is a
He's thinking long term here.
not really well, I don't know that he's thinking, but I think that like it is a good uh Raph could be a good platform for a heel,
Yeah,
right? And he's natural to the heel role. So
exactly.
our guy Shingo, I always keep our Shingo updates going now. He's looking for
Yeah.
shoes. So
Big donations.
yeah, this is the request of a life for a lifetime. Um, I'd like you to send me your unused wrestling shoes for rental purposes. He's just
What?
gonna like bring in just people off the street and just like bowling, but you gotta like rent wrestling shoes for his
Yeah.
as a
Interesting.
thanks, he'll provide instructional materials. So he'll send you some videos on how to be a better wrestler. And then so anyway, yeah, if you got some brand new wrestling shoes, if you want to like donate to a good cause, there you go. Mason bombing 5 pointers.
On a high schooler, right?
Yeah. So that was pretty nuts. He looked really tired. Not gonna lie. The in that match, it's like he's still shaking off a little ring rust. Did you see he got announced for
Giraffe.
RAF 4?
Mason versus Wyatt. Yep.
Yeah, down in Indianapolis. So anyway, that was still fun to see. You just don't see that 5 pointer.
Yeah.
Uh,
At heavyweight.
yeah. So pretty neat. Always exciting to see the big guys getting thrown around. Be cool if they had like multiple cameras. Whatever.
Right.
So Carter Strachey, milestone complete was the title of this post. He got a street named in honor of me and the key to the city of Erie, PA. So did he like, when did he start wanting a street named after him? I thought, like, remember, like, Braxton Amos got a street named after him when he was still in high
Yeah.
school? Carter's like, man, I got 5 titles. This guy can't even win a D1 match. He's got a freaking street. Like, how do I get my street, man? So the milestone is here. Carter has his own street. What's it called? Carter Strachey 5X Way.
Nice.
So, congratulations to Carter. I know sometimes we uh, joke around and razz Carter a little bit, but that's quite an honor. So, Peyton Robb, did you see this? Where he like clubs the guy. He's losing by
Yeah.
6 points, and he's just banging on this guy's head. And then
He's kind of throwing some headbutts too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the guy's like, "This is ridiculous," and punches him, and that guy loses.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Peyton Robb fan, but like, this seemed like, that ref should have like
Right.
probably blown a whistle a little earlier, and
Yeah. Like that's not good.
yeah,
Did I ever tell you I had a match where I almost threw a punch?
Oh yeah.
He kept headbutting me,
Mm.
and he's really good actually. Ended up having a great college career, but I didn't know who he was when I was wrestling him, so I was like
Right.
kind of pissed. I was losing anyway, and he kept
Right.
headbutting me. And I was not like a hothead wrestler,
Right. Yeah. Right.
but he kept headbutting me, and the ref didn't do anything. It was actually at the OPRF tournament too. So it
Okay.
didn't even get like that.
Yeah.
But,
What's up with that, man?
I know.
And then we had another wrestling fight. See this one?
Yeah.
Like, so I guess we talked a little bit at the beginning about like responsibility and accountability. Like you can't do that.
Right.
You can't run out of the stands and jump on a wrestler. If that's another wrestler, he should be like suspended for like 6 months.
Right.
It'd be fully legitimate to like throw an assault charge on that guy.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. Like he's running out of the crowd and attacking. Like I get it. Like you say, you're not a that kind of guy, but you've been in matches where like you almost punched somebody. I fully understand like chippy matches where a wrestler might punch another wrestler inside competition, right? Like
Yeah,
that guy who punched Rob.
I get it.
I understand it. I support it almost.
Right.
The ref's not protecting that guy.
Right.
And not a wrestler said that that's an adult that jumped that kid. Well, if that's an adult, that's he should
Right.
definitely be charged. He should certainly never be allowed into that arena again.
Right.
And that's yeah. I mean, it's just not a good look for the sport. Like I said, I mean, I totally get like a fight happening in a wrestling match. A wrestling match sort of is a fight with rules, and so it going a little farther than that, that's
Yeah.
going to happen, right? But like somebody running out of the crowd and jump. I mean, can you imagine that in a track meet where two guys are like running like like a race and they're elbowing each other, kind of competing for space, and some other dude comes jumping on the track and just starts tackles the guy and starts pounding on him. Imagine that in any other context, of any other sport. Like, uh, I mean, a non-athlete, like, I guess like
Yeah.
soccer. Soccer gets that kind of crazy stuff too, but
I mean, yeah, it's happened.
for
But
sure.
yeah, that's nuts.
Oh, remember the White Sox game?
Yeah.
that
Right.
that dad and that dad and son like attacked that ump, like so. I
Well, it
mean,
was the first base coach thing.
oh yeah, it's like, but yeah,
They were Cubs fans by the way.
yeah, right, of course, yeah, right. Do not disparage our White Sox. All right, what do we got, Roy? We got Johnny Whack.
Funny whack job.
Oh yeah, he was all over it today.
Oh, yeah. He, he has some really good tweets, and then he tweets some stuff where I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to like promote this, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he's kind of on point. That I'm a little concerned that
So
the
I'll
national
I'll read
pool.
the tweet. This
Okay.
is actually his most reasonable of all the junk that he posted today. But
Yeah.
said if you are in the wrestling world and think that 12 mats, which is an exaggeration, but on the floor with no seating, cooler food, whistles every other direction, a muffled loudspeaker system, and lasting from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night is good for wrestling, you're lost. Duels is king. Blank tournaments, they are blank. So he's kind of like, so he's conflating a little bit, right? So what is the best event in wrestling in the world?
Right. NCAA's.
NCAA tournament. So wrestling's greatest event is a tournament. What's the second best event? It's either the Big Ten tournament or the Olympics, I would say.
Okay.
Okay. So again, both tournaments. Okay. What is the uh, most digestible thing for you know, a casual fan it's a dual meet.
Yeah.
I mean, because they have school affiliations, you can just be a Michigan fan, and I mean, I run into first time wrestling dual meet people all the time at Michigan. And say,
Right.
hey, we thought we'd check this out. And they're like, and they're wrestling like Penn State, and they're like, why are we getting crushed? Like they don't, they don't have any concept of it. They don't. Well, no, we're actually doing okay. Wait, we won a match. Like, they don't have like a, but
Right.
you
Right.
can just do it, right? And they can like, and so
Yeah.
people show up, and it's like, and that's a great time. And so he's right there that like in terms of casual fan, in terms of a packaged event, like the Michigan State Open is 1,000 times worse than, you know, Michigan versus, Iowa, or what, it doesn't even have to be that. Whatever, Northwestern Michigan
Right.
on a Friday night. So he's right
And
there.
and he's right. He, I mean, I don't want to say like right or wrong because it hasn't happened yet, but this might end up being like the worst of both, where it takes forever, and there's lots of matches against with unranked people that are not individually super compelling. Um, and I thought this dovetailed to your idea, and just because we said something once doesn't mean we shouldn't say it again. Like this event should be like 4 weeks long,
Yeah.
and each week, you determine what the duel of the next week will be, and it builds to like this thing that is the national duel championship that happens one night
Right.
between two teams.
So ESPN owns the finals or the final four rights.
Right.
Flow Night in America, is hosting this 16 team tournament throughout the first semester of the year. And like as these things are advancing, and like since ESPN has the final rights, they throw a little bone on it. Sports Center, 3 minutes. Hey, you could show like the move of the night. You know, people getting slammed, getting casuals interested, and hey, this is coming up. You could promote it over a extended period of time, and then and
You could
then
even promote like those matches that are maybe like two unranked guys, but like here's what they did so far in this dual meet tournament.
mm-hmm.
Like this guy's 2-1, and that guy's 2-1.
Yeah,
Who knows what's gonna happen? You know,
yeah.
and like you can create interest in all the matches.
So this is yeah.
So, yeah,
So
I think he's got a point. I think he's got a point. Time will tell.
so it hasn't happened yet, right? But this is like a. I mean, I think as wrestling fans that we're going to get a bunch of compelling stories that come out of
Right.
this event. I mean, so
We're
this
gonna
is like this is just built for wrestling fans, right? But there's the other 98% of the country that doesn't have a subscription to Flow, right?
Yeah.
And so like, and this is all like this is a tournament, so it's building, right? And like somebody who just has ESPN2 or happens to run into this is like not gonna have like the context of everything that happened up to it, right? And they're just not, because it's a 2 day event. They're just not gonna be able to shoot a bunch of like hype promos and like you know
Right,
what I
right, right.
mean, and like the so there are challenges, right? I mean, like, but I ideas are proven out in the real world,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this could be the greatest thing in the world. And I think it is gonna be great for wrestling fans. I'm getting more excited as a wrestling fan, but in terms of a a grow the sport thing, but I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all just kind of like mythological anyway. In the grow the sport stuff.
Yeah.
It's just but I mean, there's not like a solution here. I mean Johnny's really promoting like not doing like making everything about the dual meet.
Well, I
Like
think what he, not in this tweet, but what he was promoting was having a national dual championship as the end of the season thing that we care about. Which I don't know. You're right that NCAA individual tournament is like the one thing it can't really be messed with. It's the best wrestling event
yeah,
of
right.
all time.
Yeah. Best wrestling event in the world, and you shouldn't do anything that like sort of would damage that or like make that less consequential or like that has to be your sacred cow. If you're wrestling, the NCAA tournament has to be your sacred cow. And so yeah, I mean, the truth is, and he posts all sorts of weird stuff to like back up his point. He says, "What other sport that it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season? Like, every sport. If you're a swimmer and you lose a race in the regular season, does that affect your postseason? No. If you're a fencer, if you're, it doesn't even matter. Like, like there are sports where only the you don't get a chance to compete in the college football playoffs if you don't have a good enough regular season. So there are sports like that, but I mean, generally speaking, uh, taking a loss here or there, I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So, but yeah, it's a lot of ranting. I felt, and I think we all need to like enjoy this as wrestling fans. It's hard for me to imagine this isn't going to be a great thing for wrestling fans. It's also hard for me to imagine that this is going to like move the needle in terms of growing the sport. But we should just take it for what it is and enjoy it, and not try to turn it into something that it isn't. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I got to see like, I mean, am I gonna get up at 9? Like, am I gonna forecast like
Right.
I think they're gonna do like a flow zone with Shane Sparks. Gonna be like he does at the NCAA's, where he's got like all the mats up and he's like commentating and like. So they're gonna learn a lot about how to like present the event too, right? I mean, like from a promotional standpoint and stuff like that. So there should be some good stuff there. But yeah, but Johnny was like a little off the rails.
He was.
There's times when I like him and like AJ. Oh yeah.
It's just from Suriano's burner.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's ready, man. You didn't get
Yeah.
him in there. He's doing like the skull and bones, like the football team. He's so yeah, if you're listening, just picture AJ doing the splits for the Nebraska faithful. There's one great one where there's like two refs in the background just kind of looking at each other like another year of this. I don't know how.
What is
Spay, the award-winning blogger.
the
What
award-winning blogger?
what do we got from the award-winning blogger here?
I could not figure out if this was sarcasm or if this was like it was like just the most random tweet.
So if you're listening, it says, "I bet this duel kicked ass to watch live if you're a UPJ fan." And it's West Liberty versus Pitt Johnstown from 11 November 6th this year.
Right, and Pitt Johnstown came back.
Mm-hmm.
I had a
So they ran the table in the last four weights to win 18-17.
yeah, lost the first three matches, but it was sort of like it's kind of like one of those tweets. You know how CP sometimes will like tweet something and not tell you what it's really about,
Right.
and you have to do like research, and then you're like, okay, so this was a 1 point. Like what it? Well, I don't know, because the first time I read it as like a diss on like D2 wrestling. I, I was like, what is this? Like, I don't know. I thought it was really weird and bizarre that they don't say what they're talking about.
Yeah. I assume it's just the comeback. I'm sure that like all and the only thing I know, Pitt Johnstown was like on like Bo Bassett's list for a long time.
Yeah, they're good schools.
Mm-hmm.
I wrestled some Pitt Johnstown guys actually
Yeah.
at some open. I forget what it was called, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just like a sort of a weird way to say that.
Right.
Like, if you are a wrestling fan, could have been like I don't know. I just thought it was weird and condescending.
Yeah. And where did he get?
Like,
Is this off the new site, or it looks like he kind of pulled this off like
uh,
Glow Arena? Like he went back to the old site.
yeah,
I like how the first question on this is like, quick question, completely unrelated to the above post. Flow Arena has changed its bracket look software.
right.
It just starts.
I think he responded to that.
I'm unclear of the question, which is funny because like maybe it was like a 3D chess question, like because like the new
Right.
system's a little unclear. He was like fishing for trapping him into that response. I'm unclear. Yeah, me too. Have you used your software? Could be. Award-winning blogger. Thank you, Andrew Spay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Purdue. Oh, we're back on the gear beat. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know if it was your shirt or Gus's shirt, but I had a Purdue wrestling shirt that I wore a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Gus went to the Purdue camp.
Okay.
I remember that. Yeah. Boiler up.
So yeah, it's pretty classic gear, like just Purdue font, Purdue wrestling with the P. They got one with like kind of a guy in a headgear.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's just straight up. We're engineers who wrestle. I like it.
Yeah. Nice. I heard the Illinois singlet's getting beat up a little bit. I didn't see them. They got some cow spotted singlet thing going on, but I didn't get a chance to like do any research on that. But they were getting beat up pretty good for that. All right, man. So I think they're gonna have like national duels gear. Claus does a pretty good job with the merch.
Yeah. You mean like special singlets and stuff, or
Yeah.
like it's your National Duel Edition Little Rock warm ups?
Could be. All right, let's check here where we're at here before we slide out. Um, fantasy results, leaderboard. Ooh, dropped to fifth, man. 17 points to make up.
That's fine. You can score points fast in claw.
Yeah, no, obviously. Aaron Schaefer running up that. Let's see. Oh, you still got Cornell Kevin by 4, so he won't sleep well tonight. Oh, awesome. All right, man. Good show, fun show. Excited
Yep.
for national duels. Are we gonna we're gonna break everything down on Sunday sudden victory. So
Right.
we're gonna have to check when the finals are. We can like hit it hard and fast. All you longtime listeners, feel free to jump in. That's an open call show. Get the Zoom link, and we will have some fun. Just make sure you know who your rumblers and tumblers are, because we're gonna be bringing ours. Um, but yeah, fun week, fun show. Let's hope National Duels is exciting as it sounds. I hope we get some compelling storylines, get some upsets, and get some interesting
Yeah.
things. But I don't think it can like not produce some pretty fun stuff
Oh yeah,
for the wrestling
guaranteed.
faithful. Should be a blast. So thanks again, everyone. Like and subscribe. I was listening to the pod on my way into work and things like that, and I turned off my noise suppression, my noise compression, and uh, my noise gate. I turned off everything and my limiter because I think it
Okay.
was like cutting off some words here and there. So I'll
Yeah.
listen and see. I'll start adding them back one at a time. But it always sounds good here. But
Yeah.
awesome. Appreciate you, everyone. Have a great night. Roy, take us out.
And don't forget, toe the line in everything you do.
Thank you, Roy. QuadR out.